Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's Smell the Glove Podcast Live. We've already tried this once before. Rev, you there this time? Let's see if we work. Rev, say hello.
Oh, hello.
There we go. All right, it's working this time. Woohoo! I can't believe it actually worked this time. So, God, I don't know what to do with it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I can't tell you. But anyway, so welcome, Rev. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And by the way, Happy New Year to Chris and St. Pauli D. Chris is actually busy right now. He is, how can I say this? He's watching his Georgia Bulldogs beat up on poor Penn State, which is what he's doing. So he sees him message that he was going to be busy. And then, of course, today, the best part was? What was the best part about today? Paul was
which part? Paul was
at the game today. He got to see his boy, the person that the team member that he actually wanted to adopt last year actually scored. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Welcome back.
You know, I'm kind of kicking myself because I was, when they were saying like, oh, if we wanted anything, let him know. And I'm just like, I'll tell him in like, a couple days. Oh, I'll wait till he's online and I'll send him a message. And then, today goes by and he didn't go. Or I didn't say anything to him. I was like, I should have told him like a week ago.
I hate when that happens. Oh yeah, Paul, if you're listening, I need. Never mind. Forget it. It doesn't really matter. I don't want to get. I don't know what to do about giving people money anymore, as far as the club and everything else. But anyway, so let's see. It's been a couple days, couple weeks actually since we've been on, because you've been busy. We've been busy. We've been off on a little bit of a break. We had a game where we didn't play.
We had a couple games that we didn't play, right?
Well, we didn't play against Dundee, but that whole big rainout thing. But since then, they played against Hearts, and we had a 2-2 draw with Hearts. And the only thing I got to say about that is Chifty is just hard. But I don't know anything else to say about that game other than the one thing that gets me is this: I think we're slow in that game, and the majority of the play through the middle of the field. That's just me. A lot of long balls. Have you noticed lately? A lot of long balls.
Right.
A lot of long balls and not a lot on the deck. And because I was supposed to play this fit team attacking football, and I don't know where that's gone. But anyway, I don't want to spend a lot of time on that game. The only thing that kills me after any goal goes in is the immediate Gordon is pish thing. Right. So I'm going to go back to a little bit of old school jog on Yaldi, something or nothing, over under type stuff. Jog on Yaldi, let's just do this real quick. Jog on Yaldi, do you think Gordon mishandled that lightning bolt at the end of the game to snatch a point for Hearts?
Say that again?
Do you think Gordon misplayed that shot?
Oh,
for Hearts? Deflection.
I give him the benefit of the doubt. No, I don't think he did.
I don't think so either. I find it hard. I mean, I find it hard to fathom the fact that he can go from really, really great to absolute garbage in a matter of no time. I don't know what the hell the story is with that, but and I don't think he is going to garbage. I just think that you got a guy hits a great shot against him. I mean, that was just. I mean, two keepers probably might not have saved that goal. But, I mean, that's what it is. So, I mean, I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I don't know what to think about that 2-2 draw. I don't know what to do. The thing that kills me about that game more than anything else, I don't know about you, but the thing that kills me is his substitutions.
Yeah.
His substitutions taken off Rogic. But here's the thing. Today does the same thing.
Right.
Takes Rogic off. So the question I have for you about that is, Jagan Yaldi, is there something about Rogic not going 90? Is there something that we're missing there? Do you think that's something, or do you think it's becoming a recurrent thing? Do you think that's an issue?
It might be, because wasn't that a thing when he first came to the club?
Yeah.
Under Lenny, he didn't want him to do 90 minutes, or he didn't say he was fit for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily have a problem with that.
Not a problem.
As long as
if there's a problem.
Well, right. Yeah. Yeah, if there's a reason for taking them off, and I'm okay with having a player where, basically every game, 70, 75th minute or so, they're going to get subbed off because they either just don't have the gas or they start to lose their head, hint, hint, near baton, shit like that.
Hint, hint.
Yeah, so, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I mean, you're kind of wasting a substitution and a player, you can argue that. But as long as what you're getting, that first, hour plus, as long as you're getting a solid performance from the player, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah. I'm with you there, but here, I mean, the whole big thing, and this is something that did happen in the Hearts game, that as soon as Roderick went off, we ended up really falling deep in and putting GMS on in that position. There's something going on there with Roderick that is making me believe that he's just not fit for 90 minutes yet.
Right.
And if that's the case, then okay. Then why isn't he? If he's not fit for 90 minutes, then he should be coming on at the end, don't you think? He's just because you're just going into a game with the problem because against Hearts you have 2 injuries. Now you've got to sub Roderick. You're going into a game knowing you have to sub a guy because he can't go 90 minutes. And the problem I have, and if that's his gig, and if that's the way Ronny wants to go with it, it is what it is. The issue that I have is that we were promised fit players attacking football, press.
Right.
And he promised that he wasn't going to play anybody, especially Forrest. Forrest really has not been injured in over a year.
Yeah, you're right.
For all the grief he's getting, he's a one-trick pony and this and blah, blah. What the fuck? Can you tell me what a one-trick pony is? I don't know what that means. And so I don't understand. So he can run faster than everybody else. It's a one-trick pony. I believe that's part of the game.
Right.
Anyway.
A one-dimensional player, I guess.
Okay, but I will say, this is the one thing about him that switched recently is that he's not a petulant little crybaby anymore. He doesn't throw himself on the ground like he did when Lenny was around, which I will give him credit for. Definitely. So anyway, but back to Roderick. If he's not fit to go 90, then he should be on the bench to come off. Unless you honestly believe you're going into a game knowing you've got to sub somebody at 60.
Right.
Get hit. Something's got to happen because it's not like he's been injured either. He hasn't been injured this season, has he? Since he came back?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. So, maybe a little bit here, maybe a knock here or there for a game or two.
Right, yeah, no major time.
Not like he needed groin surgery before. So I don't know what the stories with that. That's something that kills me because Ronny got a lot of stick after the Hearts game as far as that sub coming on, that sub and then that issue, and then obviously the foul for Forrest making the issue. But here's the thing: today, I don't want to get to today yet. I want to actually ask you a question.
Go ahead.
I want to ask you: do you think the Dundee rainout was or is the same to Ronny as the Kille game was to Lenny?
I don't think so. What do you mean, like
that turning point? Do you think that turning point? Remember, because he's down 3-0 at halftime at Kille. Lenny is.
Right.
Stokes, not that I'm a fan of Stokes, but Stokes comes on, plays really, really well. Him and Forrest drag the team back in. They get the point. Right, they get the 3-1. They go on from there. The Huns die.
Right.
Blah blah blah. We win the league. Do you think that rain out could be the same turning point for Ronny?
I don't think so. It's too early to tell, I guess. But I don't see in order for that to be, I would have to say that would have been a bad game for us. We would have been, something bad would have happened. We would have been losing that game, or something negative that we avoided, and then that extra bit of reprieve, not playing now.
But that's But see, here's the thing. Did you watch today's? Did you get up? I don't know if you got up early and watched Dundee.
Yeah, I watched today.
Did you watch the Dundee United game this morning early?
No, I didn't watch.
So I watched that game. They were tough. It was a great match. I enjoyed it right to the bitter end, and great. I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. Okay, here's the thing: Dundee ran around. Partly has a team running around like crazy. Okay, I don't know. The reason why I think listen, guys. If you're listening, and Rev, I want Ronny to be. I want him to be successful, not because I like Ronny, but because I don't want Celtic to suck ass.
Right.
And the problem I have with all this is I see things I don't like. Obviously, I don't understand the whole idea of him saying, fit, show me what you're doing on the training pitch. Cole comes in, he's not fit, admittedly not fit, and we're leaving other players who are fit off the team. And then, whoever we're talking about here. But the issue that I have is I really believe that if we go into that Kille game without Griff, without Commons, we lose that game
Okay.
That's a lot to come back from for Ronny, don't you think?
Oh, definitely. No, I get what you're saying, and I forgot about, the injuries like that. So, no, you're right. I see that.
The time. I think we needed I think that time.
Right. I see that more, though, personally, as not so much like a positive and a turning point exactly, but at the very least, just a neutral bullet dodged. Like, it's not so much that, now, and I could be totally wrong. I just think it's way too early to tell for sure. But I don't think, like, that, if anything, I would say today would be the momentum builder, not missing that game, coming, not really coming back, but just.
I understand what you're saying. So let me add it both ways. You ready? Let me pre-frame this for you this way. So we lose let's say we go into Dundee without the players that we're supposed to have because of the injuries, and we lose that game. What do you think the collective feelings would be?
Oh, if we didn't score a goal, by halftime, the entire crowd would have been turned.
That's my point.
Okay,
that's my point. I really honestly believe that's something that we got to that. I'm hoping beyond hope that last minute goal is what spurs this team on going forward.
Right.
That's what I have the issue with. That's the only thing I have looking forward. I think the Dundee rainout may have been a blessing in disguise. I think it may have been the Kille moment for Ronny. And I really do, because I think we go in there with Chifty. Listen, man, I can't hide anymore. Chifty's a fucking donkey. I can't stand him. But here's and Chifty's one of the people I want to talk about today. But looking at Chifty himself, okay, Jagan Yaldi, are we done giving him a run in the side?
Are we answering that like what we think or what we think Ronny's going to do?
You can give me either one. Just preface your answer first.
I think. Is this the end of him? No, it's not. We're going to see more of him, and he's going to be featured. He's going to start games, and not just throwaway games either. But, should he pretty much be done? Yeah.
He's hard.
We've seen it. We've seen what he's got, or lack thereof.
If you look, and let me explain to you why I believe this real quick. The reason why I believe that I can't stand the man, why not that I don't like the man himself, why I can't stand him as a player, is the fact that you look at the strikers that we've had up front, scoring 20 plus a year every year. Okay, he couldn't do that.
No,
he can't do that. Okay, that's A. B. Here's the reason why I believe. I want him. That's why I asked you when you laid it up for me perfectly. Do you want me to give you Ronny's answer or my answer? And I'm exactly the same as you personally. Get him out of here. Send him to Hibs and let him go ahead and work at Hibs for the rest of the year, and let Hibs work with him to get up there, and let him go ahead and start kicking around, Sevco players. That's totally fine by me. Let him go do that. The issue that I know that we're going to have with Ronny, because we may hate on Chifty all we want, and he has had some run of play, and we all can see he scored 3 or 4 goals. Okay, great. Okay, I get it. The one thing he does well. The only thing he does well is he holds the ball well.
Yeah.
And in that 4-2-3-1 that Ronny plays, I can see why Ronny wants him. The problem that we have is that our 3 players, okay, up front, that are the wing players, the three midfielders that we're playing, that 4-2-3-1 thing that he's playing.
Yeah.
He's either got Commons in the wrong spot, or he's got Armstrong playing there if the majority of the time he's in the wrong spot, because Armstrong is not a wing player.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which makes us really, really narrow, which means that the only thing that we can do is get the long ball up front, and that's the reason why they're doing that, long ball up front, so that Shifty can hold the ball to bring the other 3 midfielders onto the play. I get that.
But even on top of that, like, okay, he can get the ball, he can hold the ball, he can kind of slow the play down a little bit.
Still got to score.
But, so say he gets, he's playing against the back 4. He gets the ball, holds it, waits for everyone else to come up. I don't think he's a good passer. So he gets the ball. Now that lets, Commons or Armstrong or Forrest or McGregor or whoever get up, and then he can go and make the pass for, for them to take the shot on goal. I don't think he's a good passer.
I don't think so either.
So
I don't think he's good at anything.
What's the point?
Ball up, that's all he does.
Right.
Which
So
I
what's
understand,
the
that's Ronnie's
point?
gig, but Jesus fucking Christ, come on.
Yeah. What's the point to utilize him to do that role if then he can't, execute the next step in that type of play?
No idea.
So now you just have, a big, a big donkey just hanging out there with the ball, waiting to, pass it to the other team.
Killing me. But I will say this: we can, people say, "Oh, you got to give him a break." Oh, he's had that. Listen, if you watch today's game, okay, what happened the minute Griff came on the field in the second half? The tempo went through the roof immediately.
Oh,
yeah. Immediately, because he can because the players that are playing defense know that they will get burned because Griff will sit on their shoulder and take off. They know that the difference between Griffiths and Chifty is this. Griffiths, you time with a stopwatch. Chifty, you time with a calendar. Okay, he left for the 50-yard dash on Wednesday. He'll be there sometime Friday afternoon. Griffith, that's not how it works with Griff. Griffith's not how it works with him. He is on your ass the entire time, and he's there. And that's the problem that we have with that 4-2-3-1 thing that he has going on. I mean, God, it's just if he needs someone tall and do that. I mean, I'd rather see Skepovic play in that position.
And I'm not, I mean this in all honesty, not, playing favorites or nothing, just completely objective opinion. I totally think that Stokes can't be worse than Chifty. There's no way. He must have. I say this in jest, but something must have happened for Stokesy personally.
Something personally must have happened. There's got to be something. There's got to be something. It can't be that. It just can't be. It can't be. And I hate this. Oh well, the typical. Oh well, you know what? You got to give it up because Stokes is pissed and blah blah blah. Really, today's bench. Your choices on the bench, your only choice was Gary Mackay-Steven.
Right.
And then you want to say Scott Allen, but I'm going to get to Scott Allen in a second. Okay? Scott Allen and Stokes are two totally different players. Okay? But the only choice you had to fill in on any of those wing situations was Gary Mackay-Steven. And that you mean to tell me he's better? No, sorry. I can't buy that. But anyway. So, enough of the game today. So, glad with 3 points, right?
Happy with it, yeah. I mean, you can't not be happy winning a game. So,
woohoo! Right.
The manner of it, how it goes down, I guess, that's always up for debate and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, if you are mad and not happy that Celtic got 3 points, you really shouldn't be a fan.
I was going to ask you that. I was going to ask you. So let's do a couple Jog on Yali. We haven't done Jog on Yali's a couple weeks, so I'm going to give you a couple.
All right,
you give me Jog on Yali. So let's ask that first one. What do you say to a fan who wants the team to drop points so they fire the coach?
Jog on. There's no this isn't even the only time. The only time that's even remotely acceptable is. American sports, end of the year, teams out of the playoffs, you drop a couple points so you get, drop a couple games so you could get a better draft pick next year. And even then, I don't even really like that because it's I still want to see my team fucking win.
Exactly.
So here, when we're at the top of the table, fighting for the top of the table because we're by no means secure right now, there's no reason why you should want the team to lose.
None.
And then for the manager to get replaced mid-season and hope that the new manager can then just pick up and take off running and hope that he can, turn the ship. If we're, some way mid-table and we're really stinking it up, then maybe. But no, in where we are right now, absolutely not. Come on.
I don't think so either. I think that's a total jog on. You support team. I really. Now you may not like him, like Ronnie, and I'm quickly falling into the holy shit, what the fuck is going on crowd when
Right.
it comes to Ronnie's choices. That being said, okay, I'm really, really. I mean, I'm starting to get worried.
What was it that I said last week? I'm like, I'm getting my ox and I'm fixing my yoke so I can jump on the Ronny out bandwagon.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I hate it's a complete reversal from where I was not even 6 months ago, but I can't believe that we're in this position right now. I'm not really even talking about like Europe and stuff. Like that sucked. Yeah, that sucked. But just talking about where we're at now and what's going on, like there's nothing that I'm seeing, game to game, week in, week out, that shows and points to some sort of upward mobility progress that kind of gives me hope for, the rest of the play for the rest of the season and going on into next year.
Right.
So, it's just like that bit of hope has plateaued, if not started to plummet. So it's like, what the fuck?
Right. No, I'm with you. It's beginning to worry me. It really is. I'm beginning to get a little freaked out about this, but I have to. I guess you have to sit back and ask yourself: is that really, or is it really that bad?
Right.
And man, I'll tell you, God. Anyway, so here's the reason why it may be. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, when was the last time you saw a team come to Celtic Park, especially an SPFL game, okay, and actually press Celtic? When was the last time you saw that?
December 2014.
Exactly.
And we got the three players who were the best in that game to our own team.
Yeah.
So
when was the last time? I mean, if you can say Dundee United, and then before that, I mean, even then, I don't think they really pressed us the same way that. I mean, dude, Thistle were up the park today. So that's a. So that being said, another jog on reality. Ready? The fans bitching and moaning for the two up front thing. Jog on reality. The I want to see two up front thing from the stands.
I don't know. I'm gonna lean Yaldi because I'm kind of along with that too. I'm always been, like 4-4-2, diamond 4-4-2. That's my favorite formation. It wasn't until really like last year with Ronny where I started to see the positives of, the 4-2-3-1, so I'm like, all right, I kind of like that. And then other teams that I've, watched kind of did the same thing. So I guess maybe that's going to be like the new kind of dominant way to play. And I don't mind that. Like when it works, it works. I mean, hell, when any formation works, it works, then that's good. But for whatever reason right now, we're struggling and it doesn't look pretty either. So that doesn't help. It looks boring. Ronny said shit like, no, we're not going to do passing for passing's sake. Well, we're doing it now. So let's fix that.
I asked that question last week. Does it look to you that we keep going, like playing the ball backwards a lot?
Yeah.
And today was like, oof, man, we play the backwards a lot.
No, there were a couple times. Gordon, rolls it out to, Tierney.
2 touches later.
Yeah, and then he gets it right back, and then he just punts it, upfield. So,
yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So, but here's the only issue that I have about this. I mean, and the reason why if I really, really, really wanted to go al tanto about Stokes and everything else, I mean, anyone could, and of course, either way, whether you want to be positive or negative about it, the issue is going to be this going forward. I mean, we have no idea really what the hell goes on at training. I have no idea, right? They keep that in house, and they should keep it in house. Here's the statistics are in Ronnie's favor. I mean, they're 4 points better than they were last year at this point in time.
Really?
Yeah, they're 4 points better. But
we had a really shit start last year. No, exactly. That's right. Okay.
We're goals ahead of where we were last year. Now, defensively, not so much. Okay, But I will say this: recently, have you noticed that they've scrapped the zonal marking defense thing?
Yeah,
which is definitely a positive. Okay, so then again, we haven't given up a goal on corners recently, and then the one free kick that did get against Hearts, that was someone said it was tipped. I've seen it a couple times. I didn't see it get deflected in. It was just a really good kick, a really good shot. Anyway, so two up front. I mean, I don't know. If you're going to give me two speedy wingers to play out there and a striker who score goals, I'm down with that. If you're going to give me Shifty, no, I can't do it.
Right.
That's the only issue that I have. So I don't know. I'd say jog on for the two people yelling for two up front. But anyway, so the last thing, one more jog on for you. You answer this one for me. Jog on or Yaldi, the amount of people who jump out of windows every time Celtic drops points.
Yeah, jog on, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Now, I would say if we play a game well and we only, draw it or lose it, then, whatever. What can you do? We played our best. Now, if we play like total shit, like today would have been a day worth bitching about if we only got the 0-0 draw, or if we lost somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think it's more be mad about how we played on the day versus the end result. Now, if for some reason we're, the players are playing their asses off and we're just losing, or just getting a bunch of draws in a row, then I guess, you kind of, it might warrant, having a look and give a little bitching about that. But, I try to look at the big picture and not just, just the end result.
Mm-hmm.
But because at the same time, it's like, if we play like shit and then win the game, be happy that we got the points, but don't be like, okay, we were fantastic today, because that's insincere too.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Correct.
Which I don't know if you saw any.
Oh yeah.
Any of Ronnie's comments after the game. I want to know what he said. I forgot to look.
He said, let's see. One of the things he said was Near sending off against Partick was a little bit stupid. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really was. Now, do this for me and explain this to me. Jogan or Yaldi? More fan bitching. People yelling for Scott Allen to get a game.
I don't see anything in him. I don't see him being all that, anything better than what we already have. Maybe a sub a little bit here and there, sure, fine. But I don't see him better than what we already have.
No, and can we get this? Can we get this straight about Scott Allen? All right, Scott Allen to me has done one thing I can remember. Now he made two things. He made one pass during the Europa League game. He also gave up a huge 3v none break, and against Ajax too, by keeping his head down, not realizing where the fuck he was.
Right.
So for me, I mean, I don't think he's done anything for people to absolutely just cry for him, other than he's the unknown, and obviously he's better than what we have. Now, the other thing about Scott Allen is this: he's a number 10, correct? He's not a defensive player. He's a guy up front, a creative player. I get it. He's not getting anywhere near the team taking Johansson out, because they're just not. I mean, Johansson and Baton are going to play in the middle of the park.
Yeah,
and
until Bruni comes back.
Yeah. Correct. And then Johansson is probably going to spend a little time, getting to know himself a little better.
Yeah.
After that, I mean, who are you taking off?
Right.
You have McGregor, Forrest, Commons, right? And GMS, Armstrong. I mean, who are you gonna take off in that number 10 position? The only thing is, Armstrong is probably a better defensive midfielder than Johansson. Okay, Johansson, I like him more of a attacking person personally, but
right.
I don't understand where are you going to put this Allen kid? I mean, I was like, he's got to get a game, he's got to get a team, he's got to get this. No, he doesn't have to do anything. We have a ton of guys.
I mean, after like one of those weeks where we have like a Sunday and then like a Wednesday game, sub him in on the Wednesday game against, Ackies or something like that. Like,
that's all fine and good. And then what happens when we drop points?
True. Good point.
Oh, I'm jumping out of the window. I don't think he's done it. For me, once again, I'm not in the training room. I'm not in the training area. I'm not in the training pitch. I don't know what he's doing to show Ronny what's going on. But, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think he's done all that much to show me that he's got more game than anybody else.
Exactly. And that's not saying that he is terrible and we shouldn't have him. But I just, from what I have seen, which, to be fair, is a little bit limited. I've only seen
great.
Like
listen, and
3-4 times.
Same thing. Has he had limited time? The answer is yes. But you know what though? But that limited time. I mean, I get it. But I mean, to be honest with you, I still want Commons in the middle of the field.
Yeah,
that's just me. I mean, that's just me. And the other part is you've got Rogic in there too.
Yeah,
Rogic. Remember Rogic? Isn't it amazing? He keeps the ball so close to him. I mean, you can tell he's a futsal kid. He was brought up playing futsal. You can tell he can dribble around lots and lots of people. I mean, he's playing really well. And the problem you have is you're taking him off after 60. You have to make sure there's a defensive guy in there somewhere to go ahead. I mean, I just think for a little while it's going to be a little tough for Scott Allen to get anything, and probably until the league's wrapped up or somewhere else. I just don't see time for him at this point in time at all. I just don't see it. And, and what happens when Bruni comes back and then Christie gets healthy?
True.
Defensive midfielders. Now you've got Baton and Johansson moving even more forward. I mean, it's gonna be crowded in that midfield, and I just don't see. He's gonna have to do a lot on the side on the bench over there. But anyway, last Dragon Reality. You ready?
Go ahead.
Effie actually not being that bad today, minus him trying to gift Partick a goal sometime in the second half.
Yeah,
he wasn't that bad today.
Well, I'll say Yaldi, but I mean, where are we setting the bar with him now? It's just like it seems like if he just doesn't make a major fuck up in the game, you had a great game, buddy. Let's go to Pizza Hut and you get ice cream too.
Chuck E. Cheese for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Like that seems what the bar is for him right now.
It is, and they're saying in the room that they're not afraid to come to Celtic Park, and his his confidence may not be the best, and I really honestly don't think it has been. Probably close to a better part of a year. It's tough. I mean, I don't know what to do with poor Effie. It's going to be a harsh one to deal with until he gets a way to. Till he finds a way to go ahead and just can go back to what he was when he first, before he went away for the African Cup of Nations, man. But same thing. I mean, don't you think the same thing? I think he wasn't that bad. I'll give him a Yaldi for today. He did okay.
Yeah,
he did okay.
I mean, what do you think we're going to do with him? Do you think he's off anytime soon?
No, you can't.
No.
And listen, compared to and Paul has said this before when it comes to goalkeepers and everything else, you can't have the 5 best defenders because none of one's going to want to stay. B, we're not paying the 5 best defenders to be here, so you're going to need someone who's relatively shit to sit on the bench and assume that they're not going to get a game. Now,
okay,
Effie, is a happy-go-lucky guy from what I've read. He seems to be happy in his position. He seems to be happy in Scotland. I totally get it. I'm happy for him to be happy. That's happy. It makes me happy. So, the question is, I mean, is he okay sitting there? And then when you call me, oh yeah, I'll be there. That may be okay with him, and that may be exactly what we need. And obviously you want people to go ahead and push and push and push to get into the first team. But if he's happy there and he's not creating problems, what do you think?
No, that's a good point. But it seems like he's kind of getting back into the team more, and I don't mean that like disparage him. Like oh, I don't want to see him anywhere near the team kind of thing. I mean that's kind of the case, but I just it makes me wonder. It's like if he's starting and everything, it's like oh shit. How does that mean everyone else is playing if Effie's getting the start? That's I look at it that way, and that starts to worry me.
That's not a bad question to ask. That's not a bad question to ask. It's a good question to ask. So, Giacomo, we hadn't done that in a while. That actually felt good to do Giacomo. I hadn't done that in a while. Awesome. I like those. So let's do. Let me ask you questions different ways. Let's say, is it something or nothing?
Okay.
Is it something or nothing that Cole is on the bench when he's admittedly not fit yet?
I'd say. Well, how do you want to mean that? Okay,
is it something like something that we should worry about because we have no one else to put there, or is it nothing like he just likes him?
Okay, I'll give you my thing, and you can put it how you want it. I think since he may not be fit, at all to really play, or just fit enough to really just to barely make the bench. But I think since he's the last guy we got randomly, in the fall, that they just kind of have to be like, okay, we got him, here he is, and you can kind of maybe hide behind the fact that, oh, he's not playing just because the manager didn't pick him today, like that kind of thing. Like, it's not that we just wasted money on a player and you're never going to see him. It's just, he's not quite ready. The manager didn't need him today, whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
That he's basically dressing to just make an appearance.
I don't understand why he's there. I think it's absolutely something. I think this is. I want to believe that Ronny has this like mad scientist type thing going on,
right? And
that he's putting Cole in there to actually needle a few of the guys. I don't. Other than that, I have no fucking clue why he's on the bench if he's not fit.
Right.
Not a fucking.
Well,
clue. The man's got not a fucking touch right now. Have you seen him? The ball come off his knee. It almost took out someone's eye after he hit his knee the other day.
What do you think about him overall? Like, did you think that was a worthless, pointless thing to do, getting him, or?
I don't know.
Because I personally,
I don't have an answer. I don't know.
I liked him at West Ham, but he just got old and he's surplus.
Yeah.
So what he's doing here now, is this like a Freddie Youngberg kind of thing where we can just get a player who was kind of a name? Christ. So
listen, he if that's the case, then Freddie got fucked because this guy showed up on more team sheets than Lundberg ever did. Lundberg never showed up on anything. I mean, he was only there to go ahead and model a jersey.
Yeah, I think he did like that one cup appearance, and that was pretty much it.
That was it. This guy's getting on the bench, and the reason why I say is it's something or nothing. I mean, if you're Stokes, you got to be looking at this going, don't fucking go out there and tell people, Ronny, that you want fit players. And then you got a guy who says out loud he's not fit.
Good point. Yeah, that's true.
That would burn me to no end. And I mean, if you look at some of the other players out there, I mean, you've got decent guys out there that can come in. You got the guy who's the kid playing Nesbitt. Come on,
Mm-hmm.
you mean tell me that kid can't do a job better than? But then again, we're looking at this. Then we go back to this whole issue again. Ronny wants a big guy up front. Okay, fine. But you got to have striker type wingers.
Right.
You can't just bring people in. Yeah, I got a big guy up front. Okay, fine. He can't fucking shoot. I mean, Shifty can't do shit. And it's not like, Cole's going to run around for 30 minutes and press anybody. He's not going to run for 10 minutes and press anybody. You know what I mean?
We need to get a time machine and go back and get Jan Vennegaard of Hesselink.
Oh, there you go.
And solve all the problems.
There you go. All right, so something or nothing. My next one. You ready? Tweeting of a picture that happened today at Celtic Park with someone sleeping in the stands. Something or nothing. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah. So is that something or nothing? You think that's something?
I think it's nothing that's going to be made into something. and either the person was just probably drunk out of their mind. That's probably the most likely thing, and that's what I'm going with. Or somebody you don't know, maybe just fucking around,
trying to prove a point.
What's that? Oh yeah.
Point.
Yeah, just somebody fucking around, just saying like, "Oh, this game's so boring. I'm gonna pretend I'm gonna sleep." La la la. Everyone laugh. But it's gonna be the media's gonna pick up on it. The Huns are gonna pick up on it, and they're just gonna run with it. So it's nothing. It just and I think it'll probably go viral to an extent. I mean, it already went viral, but with the wrong people, and it'll probably come back and bite us in the ass a little bit.
So you think it's nothing?
Yeah, initially, I think it's nothing, but they will turn it into something.
They, as in media / people who already hate Celtic.
Yes.
So even Celtic fans who are already pissed off at the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's nothing either. I think it was funny.
Right.
And there are times when I guess you can come out and say, well, I'm going to lay here in passive argument and protest against the club and how bad the team looked today on the field. I get it.
Just have a little sit down demo,
Yeah, lay down. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I get it, and it's funny, and the comments were pretty funny. Caption this. I get it, but to be honest with you, it's really nothing. I mean, it's not like these guys are New Orleans Saints fans and they're showing up with bags on their heads.
And I mean, like, I've been to plenty of games where I've seen people just straight up passed out because they just got too drunk. And
that is correct.
And that's not a thing against, Glasgow or anything. That's any sports thing. There's always that 1, 2, 3 people every game that just get that drunk.
Yep. I'm with you. I get it. I think it's nothing. I thought it was cute, but still nothing. They'll find a way to go ahead and put it on the Super Scoreboard to go ahead and bitch about it. But after that, nobody.
Right.
The bigger thing for something or nothing, booing the players. Is something or nothing to boo the players off the field at halftime?
No, I hate that. Like, especially at home, your own players, you don't do that. You can be pissed off. I'm pissed off. That's just a line you're not supposed to cross, unless they're like giving it back to you or something, or like just flipping everybody off. Whatever. They have an attitude, maybe, but really seldom that should ever be a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing it back to Sammy when he was at his low points here, and we brought this up. It's like turn to the guy next to you, or behind you, whatever. Be like, I fucking hate him. He sucks. He's terrible. Get him off the team. But you don't en masse boo or chant against them.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's wrong.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's to do it is something. And I'm going to give you both sides of it. To do it is something, and it's something that and I'm no different yelling at the TV,
right.
up in the morning, like, come on, let's do something. I get that, but I think really to the players, I think it's really nothing. Do you think the players care? If you're a player, they boo you off the field. Do you take it personally?
I don't know. Maybe. I guess it depends on who it is, and the reason for. Like, going back to Sammy, like, apparently, like, he, kind of took that shit to heart, and he was a very not streaky player, but you know what I mean. Like, he needed to have high confidence to really do anything. So that's detrimental to the player and detrimental to the team. So you're only hurting yourself by doing that. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have those opinions. Just how you express it. I'm guessing you're talking about Baton today, right?
Baton. I'm talking about if you're wearing the hoops, you're coming off the field and you get booed off the field at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
Are you pissed off?
I'd be more hurt than pissed off.
You think so? You would take it personally?
Yeah, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, especially like
you think
if you're crying, right?
That's
like, I could see if the players have their head turned already. They're they gave up. The coach lost the locker room and everything. Then they're obviously not even interested. So in that case, it unfazed. They'd remain unfazed from it. But I mean, other than that, I would say no. Yeah, that's just be like, what the hell?
I think the coach would probably make it about them. But I honestly believe that. I mean, as a player, I give a shit. Go ahead and boo me. I don't care.
Yeah.
I really honestly think that way. I mean, it's a lot different if you look at it compared to, maybe in the 50s and 60s when the players weren't so, we'll call it, segregated from the public.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm willing to bet you that, in the 50s and 60s and 70s, those players probably, since this wasn't their only job, if they had to go work with somebody and got booed by someone they went to work with, they probably took that personally. The fact they're going to jump in their Land Rover and drive off to Edinburgh and not have to deal with anything, not have to live anywhere near these people. They're like, yeah, whatever. That's the way. I mean, I think to boo the team is really nothing. But then again, what's funny though? We're looking at this from the eyes of American sports fans, which we do this anyway.
True. Well, I mean, I booed the other team. I don't think I've ever really booed my own team.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think about it.
Well, I've booed the Yankees. I've booed the Yankees before, and mainly because of Hal Steinbrenner. But that's beside. I hate the Yankees, and I don't hate the Yankees. I hate Hal Steinbrenner, which is pretty close to how I feel sometimes about Celtic right now. But anyway, so I think it's nothing. I really don't think it's anything. I think people just get on there to bitch and moan for nothing, for no reason.
Well, it's really no different than just after the game or even during the game. Hell, just tweeting the player, just being like, "You suck, fuck off, I hate you." Go, Yeah. It's like it's just
turn the music off.
Right.
Whatever, dude. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. So let me ask you this one more time. Let me do one more something or nothing, then we'll move on to the ones I really want to get to. Something or nothing. The Celtic bench going crazy today after after Griffith scored the goal.
Something in the way of like, why was there no more? There wasn't really any emotion or anything that was showing. I mean, granted, the Celtic TV camera wasn't fixed on them for 90 minutes, but it seemed like every time they cut to Ronny, he's just sitting there with like his hand, on his chin, contemplating the wheel turning, but just smoke happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then after, it's like, you just saved my job. Like, and, I'm not saying don't celebrate when you score a goal, especially basically the game winner right at the end of the game. It's just like, show me something before that too. Show me something that you care. And then after, the goal gets scored, then we make a substitution. Only the second substitution, I think, right?
Yeah, we only did 2.
And it's just like, why didn't you do that 10 minutes ago when we're just looking like shit? And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Or here's one for you, something or nothing. After Baton got red carded, you couldn't really tell we were playing with 10 men versus how we were playing with 11 men before that.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
So, like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing that we kept up the same level, but it wasn't a high level to begin with.
Yeah, I think it's something that shows that this team needs to be punched in the face. It needs some type of problem or some type of issue surrounding them to go ahead and move them forward. Because if they had played with that level of urgency from the very beginning, they would have blown them out of the water. And that's the issue that I have. That's the reason why I'm going to put 2 and 2 together here. I'm going to say the rainout, and the reason why I believe the rainout is a Kille moment for Ronny, and this team going crazy after the Griffiths goal. I honestly believe that those 2 situations are tied together. I think this team truly, truly is feeling the pressure. I really do. I think Ronny is truly, truly feeling the pressure. And listen, you can be an adult, you can turn off all the radios, you can do everything else. There's no way in the world you're getting out of that fishbowl and away from that pressure, what's going on in Glasgow when you're in charge of that team. And he hears it, he knows it, his players hear it, his players know it. I guarantee you, today was that goal and the way the bench erupted was totally 100% like, oh my God, thank God.
I don't think there's any debating that this is probably the low point of the season and his, tenure here.
The 89 minutes prior to?
Just the last few weeks, the more so, the month of December, the ending of Europe, and then just kind of, really poor form in the league, or at least seemingly poor form, uninspired performances, really, for the most part.
Right. And
leading up to today, before the goal, I think this is, and it's not like he's out of the woods. I think it's still lingering, but there's a bit of a reprieve and some relief that's being felt for sure.
Yeah.
But I think just right now, this time period, I think is his his lowest.
Yeah, I think it is, but I want to say to myself that this is something that that hopefully pushes him.
Yeah,
I want the guy to succeed, not because it's Ronny, just because I want the club to succeed, not for any reason.
But this, I think,
man, that's a tough one. It is. We're in a tough position. No. I mean, do you think so? Do you think there's something or nothing to the comments that the club's going backwards?
Oh, there's something to it, definitely.
Think so?
I think so. Yeah. I mean,
even though the points are better, the goals are more.
Yeah, because this is. I said it like on the last show. The thing is, give a manager 2 years, and then that's his team. So this is pretty much Ronny's team, and it's worse off than it was when he got it.
I was reading some tweets from a friend of ours, and Paul Larkin was on Twitter earlier today, and I was just tweeting back and forth with him. And the question that was given to him was, do you think the whole idea of the cheap option and blah 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 blah, and Ronny being the guy, and the question basically came up, what say does Ronny have in player selection? He contends that Ronny has none. That's here's how it works. Here's your players, and you move on. Now, here's what's interesting. Now, I'm sure if I were to get Sean Brennan, if I were to get if I were to get Graham on here, if I were to get Yampy on here, if I were to get any of those Philly guys on here, right? Seamus, name them. John Joe, get them all on here and ask them, how happy are you right now about your Philadelphia Eagles? What would they say?
Not happy at all.
Correct. And the question really is, well, why are you not happy? And they're like, well, they suck. And you go, okay, fine. Are you happy they fired their coach? Chip Kelly, their coach, the Eagles coach, got fired today. So if you're not a U.S. football fan, American football fan, just hold on 1 second. You'll see where I'm going with this. The point I'm trying to make, Rev, is these guys are happy that the owner finally got rid of Chip Kelly, which they allowed Chip Kelly how much control of that club last year? 100%. He was the GM. He was the player development guy. He said, I want to cook, therefore you help me buy the groceries, in the famous words of Bill Parcells.
Okay.
And where did that go for him?
Right. Fair point.
Yeah, so it didn't go well, and I don't think it's ever really gone well. I mean, if you look at the Bill Parcells when he was with the Jets, that never worked. When he was with the Giants, not Giants, but he was with the Cowboys, that never worked. When he wanted to do it all, I mean, even I can't think of a manager / GM that really did it all and made it all work. So when I see this, the question I have is, knowing what we know from the U.S. side of things in that situation where we've seen coaches be management and coach at the same time and it not work out. I mean, are you really upset that Ronny doesn't have anything to do with who he's getting? I mean, I'm sure he gets to say, hey, listen, I'd like these people. And then the board says, this is who you get.
Well, first, let me sidetrack for a second. I do have an example of when that worked, and it worked a couple times. But it's really the only time I could ever think of, and it was the Devils. Lou Lamoriello was, he was president He was CEO. He was general manager. He even stepped in as coach a couple times after firing coaches, and then one year actually won the Stanley Cup.
That one year, but he went through how many coaches?
Oh, right. No, without a doubt.
Yeah, as total dictator of the Devils.
So, but I mean, he had a hand in every pot, and mostly successful. I mean, only one championship with that, but I mean, decent years at least.
Great teams.
Yeah,
he put together great teams.
But just okay. That aside, I get what you're saying. That that might be too much. For one man. Bite off more than you can chew and all that. But I would hope that. I mean, this is where you have to play nice with your scouts, because it's like, okay, this is the player I want. Like, if you have a name, like, I want this guy.
Yeah, player X.
And if you can't get that guy, then you're like,
guys
okay,
kind of like him.
Right, like, this is
right.
Okay, this is the style I want, or I want something similar to that, whatever. So then you have the scout come back, get that. Then and this is, I'm just totally fucking guessing because I obviously don't know what happens behind the closed doors and everything. But then you go to, the upper management and you say, okay, this guy, these are who I want. This is how I want to play. This is what they cost. This is their wages. This is their transfer fee. Let's make it work. I can do with any of these guys. And you would hope and want that, that person would then say, right, I can't do the top guy. Nice try, but just that's out of our price range, whatever. Mm-hmm. But this guy and this guy, I think we can make it happen. Let's try to make it happen.
Right.
And then you get that player in, and
but it's got to be a team effort. I mean, if it's team effort on the field, it's got to be team effort upstairs too, don't you think?
Exactly. No, it's definitely.
That's the reason why I don't know what to think. Knowing what I've seen in U.S. sports and then looking across at this, I don't see how the two are any dissimilar. I mean, they're totally the same. How the two are dissimilar at all. I think that the situations would be the same. That's the reason why I'm so conflicted about this. I mean, Ronny's not getting. I mean, I don't know if Ronny's not getting it done statistically. I mean, in the league, yes. Okay. In the cups, yes, so far. In Europe, kind of harsh in Europe. And the thing about spending money and everything else. I mean, the thing I have with people saying, "Oh, we should have blown these people out of the water. We spent a tenth. The Malmo spent less than us, and blah blah blah." Hey, listen, you know what? You can't have it both ways. There are times, and we've known Rangers outspent Celtic, right?
Right.
And people don't run around going, "Oh, well, you know what? Rangers really should have won that league because they outspent us." Just shut up.
I think
stop with the spending money stuff. If the team is better because the sum are better, or the sum of the parts are greater than the parts themselves,
right?
You know what I mean, that happens. That happens. Did we deserve to get a point against Barcelona with the 12 million pounds that we put together, including the stadium? No. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes that happens, and it happened. It happened twice. We got run out twice in one season. Stop the bullshit, please.
I think whatchamacallit? I forgot what I was going to say. No, there you go. I think the problem is the fact that we don't really have to do all that much actively, consciously, to really win the league than other teams do. So we can still win the league with great players. We could still win the league with fairly shitty players. And I think it's the fact that this team this year, for whatever reason, with a lot of the players still being the same from the past, just doesn't seem all that good compared to years past.
Doesn't. It doesn't seem as fun. It's not as fun. We're not running 7 or 8 goals past everybody. But But let me ask you this: when I put it to you this way, and I go, okay, we're not running 7 or 8 goals past teams. Don't we? Are we not a fickle group of people? Oh well, we're not scoring 8 goals against people. Therefore, because Thistle pushed us today, we're going backwards. And then you're going to sit there and tell me, well, if we scored 8 past Thistle today, it explains why no one goes to the game because there's no fucking challengers.
Yes and no. I mean, hell, I'd love to go to a game and us have two players get a hat trick every game or something like that. Like, can they get boring? Sure. But I mean, I think at the same time, I can never not have fun celebrating goals wherever I am, watching at home, at the game, whatever. So, and then after a while, it just becomes a laugh, you just are laughing so hard because I can't believe we scored again. But no, I get what you're saying to that point, but I don't know. Do I think we need to be challenged and barely win games to, looking at the score sheet, do we just have to barely eke out, 2-1 wins or 1-0 wins, something like that? No. Do we have to win, 8-0, 9-0 to really, have a good game? No. But I think it just goes back to how we're playing. Just looking at the play, it just doesn't look that exciting and enticing.
Well, let me ask you. Let me put it this way: Is it okay that maybe Partick's on a decent run? Would they they have 5 wins and a draw in their last 6?
Yeah, that's fine. That's good.
I mean, is it possible that
but it's not
they're also
today.
professional and they have their own livelihood and their own ass that they want to defend?
Right, but it's not just today. If it was just like a bad game, they fucking happen. They accept that.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that, like you're saying, just that it just doesn't, the play doesn't look exciting, and it's nothing new, and it just feels like, and going back, I said this like maybe a month ago, like it's kind of hard to feel like enticed to like get up at 7 a.m. to watch a game when it's just going to put me right the fuck back to sleep. It's kind of hard. Like, and that's just me, and it doesn't, I'm not like in Celtic this year, or I don't feel as much as a fan or anything like that. I do, but I don't, it's one of those intangibles about the sport that's kind of hard to put your finger on and really identify what it is that just makes this year feel worse than last year, especially when you say, we have more points, and have scored more goals this year compared to last year. So it's just like think about it. Oh yeah, no, that makes sense because last year we started off really shitty in the league.
Right.
This year Griffiths already has 20 goals.
Right.
But then like when you think about how the season feels, it's like I don't feel better than last year. It's just that thing about sports and the passion and excitement. Not to, I know that's corny, but
no.
Okay, try to expand on that in another way too. I haven't bought a jersey this year yet because there's no player that I want to get really. Like I've got a Bruni, so that's that. I've got commons and stuff, and I'm just like, there's no player that really excites me that I'm like really behind this year. It's like, yes, I want this player's jersey. So that kind of goes,
I'll give you that.
Like kind of, hand in hand with that. It's like, okay, I guess I could get like a Rogic jersey because he's doing good and he seems like a good player, or McGregor, like, young kid. I hope he does well, but like, I don't really want to settle. So that kind of goes along with that lack of excitement and that fire just to like totally have like, one player or something that just like, this game, every game, they're going to go out there, they're going to be fun and entertaining and have a great performance. Griffiths is there, but personally, I just wouldn't get a Griffiths jersey. Still.
Oh, come on. All right, so let me ask you this then. So as you talk about players and even Chris checked into the chat room saying he wants Patty McCourt back or Sammy. Pick your pick. So let's play a little over under because I have a couple over unders. Then we'll get out of here. It's been like an hour, and I'm sure people are like dying listening to this here. Over under $2 million for Ronny to spend this winter's.
I'll say under.
You think it's under?
I don't see him $2 million in the winter. Nah.
Yep.
Well, wait. No, I was gonna say Definitely not £2 million, $2 million, maybe, but no, I still think that.
£2 million in the window, over or under?
Under, yeah. I really don't see anything happening. Okay. We might get a utility player or two, but I don't see us getting a name, anyone that will have any real solid impact. I also don't really see us losing anybody either.
Oh, I totally disagree with that.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I think that I think we're going to spend over $2 million.
Really?
Yes, and I think we'll probably do I don't know, $1 million, $1.5 million for a player, and then pay $1 million or $1.5 million to Bobrick to get rid of him.
Ooh.
They just get rid. Listen, the guy isn't even getting a full 90 minutes for the 21s. He isn't.
No, I mean, I would love to see that happen. Don't get me wrong. I just, if it's finally, I'll celebrate that like we did do a big signing.
Yep. So if you don't think we're gonna spend over $2 million, then I have to change my next over and under, which is on the fly over under 1.5 number of loans that we're gonna bring in this window.
I'd say over. I could see us bringing in a couple loans
with hopefully with the ability to buy.
Yeah. No, I think that's totally important.
Yeah, because we went through this last year, and what's funny is this. I mean, I don't think anyone really wants to give up the 2 cups we got last year, knowing that. Would you only want 1 cup if you developed a player, or would you want 2 cups and make sure and deny our leaves? You know what I mean? That's the question that you have when you look at loan players, especially straight loan players that we know we're not going to get a chance to keep. So
right.
in that situation, and in the whole issue with Guidetti, well, it is what it is. But
right.
Here we're looking at 1.5 loans. I think it's going to be under. I don't think we're going to take anybody. I think we're going to get 1 or 2 players. I think what's going to happen is we're going to recall 1 or 2 players. I think it's going to be a combination.
True.
I think we'll probably. We've already recalled Christie. He'll be healthy by the end of the month, which is perfect. When Bruni comes back in, he's been having, up until he hurt himself, playing phenomenally for Inverness. So I think you're looking at probably. I'd like to see O'Connell come back. Mm-hmm. I think O'Connell could really do the job in the center half. I liked him before. I like him now. I think I'd rather have him than FA.
Yeah.
I think him and Jozo together would be like phenomenal as far as big, tough center halves, ready to go and just blow people up. I'd like to see him come back.
Do we still have Henderson, or did we properly sell him?
No, Henderson's got a year-long loan over at Hibs, so he's there. And I don't know why. I don't know why people. I don't know. I still think you could bring Skepovic back if you wanted to. He's on loan. You can call him back if you wanted him. That's just going to gunk things up unless you're going to get rid of players. So you're going to have to get rid of some people in order to do this and get them out there. So I think under $2 million and recall some players and probably only 1 loan. I think you're going to get one or 2 cheap ass players, and then people more want signings for the future. I have the slight suspicion that Suter kid from Dundee United is going to be signed, left to stay at Dundee United, and then we'll bring him back in too. I just have this slight suspicion that's what's going to happen. Not that I want more Dundee United players. I'm just saying.
I like him. I could see us totally.
He wasn't bad. He was tough today. He was tough today. I had no problem with him.
Yeah, and he's young as hell. I think he's still only 18.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which you got a really good chance to have a group of 8-10 really really tough guys, tough Scottish guys to be in that side in the next year and a half. But you're assuming that Ronnie's going to be here for that, so I don't know. Over under, you ready?
Yep.
30 goals for Griff.
Oh, I'll take the over. Yeah, I think it'll happen. Yeah,
you better stay healthy.
I was going to say, What's the record? I think it's 41 to like Chris Boyd or something.
Yep.
I want that broken so bad. I want to take that.
There you go. That's something we should have. We should start the 41 goal watch. Have over under. So let's say 41 over under. 41 and a half. 41 and a half over under, Rev. Let's say 41 and a half.
How many games have we played so far? I forget what. I'm gonna look that up myself too.
Let's look real quick. I want to say we played quite a few. Hold on one second. We've played
20.
20.
Yeah.
Friendly, Champions League 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Dundee was put off, and we played 35 games already this year, including Europe and everything else, and play-ins.
Well, but I mean, only 20 league games.
20 league games, yes, but we're counting.
Yeah.
He scored 20 goals overall so far.
Oh, so it's overall. That's not just in the league.
Well, I know he scored. I think that's what it is. 20 goals for him overall so far.
Okay, that's what I'm not sure about. I mean, I could see him doing it totally. Especially, I mean, I have to look again at what our schedule is. At strength of schedule type thing, and who we actually have coming up. But I could see him getting there. I wouldn't be surprised if he got up to 41. I think he'll hit 30.
30, yes. Yeah. So right now on the schedule, there's 13 games left on the schedule, plus the split, which is 6 more games. Or 5 more games after the split, which would be 18, plus a final, that'd be 19, and then maximum 3 more with the Scottish Cup, and that would be 22. So you have a max of 22 games left.
So
plus one game we haven't played yet. So it'd be 23 games. 23 games to get another 20 goals.
Yeah. No, I think 30 definitely. I don't think that'll be a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you get up to 40, 41.
Yeah, there you go.
And if there's any time that in the recent memory that anyone's gotten close, I think this is the closest so far, like the best position that anyone's been.
Yeah, in a while since Commons struggled to score 30, and he got it the season. Yeah, he had 30 a couple years ago, but that was about it. Yep. So, last one. We'll get out of here. Let everyone get out of here at an hour and 10 minutes. And over under 1.5 trophies this year. After looking at what happened today, how confident? If you had to give me 0 to 100 confidence points, treble, double, only 1 trophy. Confidence points.
I think we'll probably get a double, but I don't think we'll probably do the Scottish Cup in the league again. I don't think we'll probably get the League Cup. I mean, obviously, I want the treble and go crazy for that, but
so you'd say league 100% sure, 100% confident,
99% sure in the league.
Ooh, that's a big one.
I know. That
if I gave you over under 99.5%,
99.5, I'll
5% of us winning the league, you would say under.
99.5, no, I'll go over.
Okay, you say 100% chance we win the league.
Just about.
Okay. And then add a second trophy. Give me a 0 to 100% chance of us getting a second trophy.
75.
So you think we're getting one more?
And for the treble, 20.
Yeah, I you know what? I exactly agree with you. Those are the numbers I wrote down earlier. 75 to 80% chance we get 2. And I think I just have this slight gut feeling, knowing the handball against Inverness last year, that there will be some honest mistake that gets in the way of us actually getting the treble. Something will go on somewhere.
Right, exactly.
Something will go on.
I mean, look at today, just a normal fucking game, and should have been like 3 penalties.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yep. It could have been. I mean, I don't know. Could have been. I don't know. What are you going to do?
And then, I just have to talk about fucking Celtic TV for a second.
Okay. So that was it for me. So go ahead. So running on about Celtic TV. Go ahead. So are you a subscriber of Celtic TV?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So getting coming back from halftime, and when we talked about it in the past, I'm totally cool with homers. I want to listen to someone who wants my team to win and is going to, talk favorably about my team. But I understand, them trying to keep it, sort of professional and impartial and shit like that. Whatever. But, when they come back and they make the comment, back to Tom and Jerry, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, nothing cartoonish about this game. I'm like, really? Really?
Yeah.
Have you watched the game? Have you seen how much of a joke this game has been so far? The refereeing,
it was harsh.
Come on.
It was harsh.
I guess you just needed a quick quip to make, but no, come on. That was just terrible.
Yes.
And that was just all in one half.
Yes. I agree with you.
So,
I can't. It is harsh, man. It really is. Celtic TV is really, really tough. I don't know what the story was today. Celtic TV was. I didn't think it was all that. Something is going on there. Something really odd. I mean, there's supposed to be a pregame. They did a pregame interview, which I thought was really, really nice of them. Thank you very much. Let's take you down the field. Let's talk to Ronny. Ronny said, "We got to win," and then left. And that was cool. I mean, I get it. And then the flip side of it is, they're supposed to do an after the game thing where they talk about the game, it has some highlights, blah blah blah. I don't know who does the production there, but I know for a fact, if Paul was watching that game, he would have run his head through the TV screen, Mr. Professional Production Guy, who would have gone nuts because St. Paul AD would have gone nuts because the announcing crew is saying, "Oh, I wonder if he was offsides." Remember when Shifty scored the goal that was called offsides? We'd like to see if that was offsides. I wonder if we can get that replay. So what do? They show the replay from the field view from looking over Gordon's shoulder. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Who's thinking that? No, I want to see.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I want to see what's going on there. Let me know what's going on. Is the guy offsides or not? I can watch NBC and they'll give me that. And then he's saying, "Oh, was that really a foul? Can we go back and see that?" Never even brought it back. Who's doing the production there? I mean, come on. It's just, I don't know. That kills me. Then after the game, just hail everybody, goodbye, click, and that was it. I'm like, wait a second.
Right.
You told me you would have games when you were at home, that you would actually have interviews and blah, and a studio and this. What are you doing? And then because I guess they didn't plan for a show, a show this week. I guess they didn't plan for one because they were going to play Wednesday and then didn't play. So they just did. Oh, these are our favorite moments. These are the top moments from Tyncastle. That was it. That was all they put together. And I was like, wait a second. You're supposed to. I'm paying for this product. You gave me these things you were going to. I didn't negotiate these things with you, and now you feel you don't have to do them for me because I negotiated for them with you. I paid you because you promised these things, and now you do fuck all.
Right. That's why I don't feel comfortable subscribing myself because, it's. When I could get it, find it other ways, I'd rather do that and play it
absolutely
safe.
Kill me. And then the quality sucks. I mean, listen, I'm running here right now on a wireless system that is between a 30 to 40 megabyte per second system. Okay, I work from home. I do video production here. We upload, we download, we run webinars from my house 24/7. I have a high-end home-based system here, and Celtic TV all fucking game every 20 seconds skipped.
Yep.
And I 5 people ask me, is this happening to you? Is it happening to you? Yeah, it's happening to me. What the fuck is going on here? It's not just me.
I mean, at least we're a far cry from all those issues last year. I get
the game. Yeah, exactly. But I get so mentally frustrated trying to watch a game, and then the guy takes a shot, and I have no idea where it ends up because 4 seconds later it's going to finally catch up. And
just how much do you pay for it? It's like $20 a month or something.
I want to say $360 a year or something like that for the for the HD, which I don't know why I pay for it. I don't know why I pay for the HD version, because if the game's on Fox Soccer Plus,
right,
I put that on.
Well, that's the point I was going to make was, like, you know, for as much as you're paying for a subscription for the year, like, I want to go put my computer on, you know, put in my password, go to the website, and it comes up crystal clear every time, no problem.
But here's the question: if I can stream Netflix,
right,
in DVD quality, why do I have problems with Celtic TV?
Right.
Why? And let me tell you something. And I'm running it through a 4-year-old, smart TV.
Right.
I'm not like I'm running like I'm a brand new freaking laptop with a 5G connection. Come on, people. I don't understand what the issue is with Celtic. I really don't. And maybe it's another cheap way of handling things. And that's another thing that they need to go ahead and look at and fix. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's got to. I mean, that really has to fucking change. There has to be something that, and I don't even want to talk about the host. I can't. I just can't. But anyway, so anything else you want to say? Now that you brought me down.
Sorry,
I was all happy. Oh wait. Chris wants to ask one more question. Hold on, you ready?
Okay.
Chrissy asked because he's watching his Georgia Bulldogs, and if you want to tell me if the Bulldogs are actually winning today. So the question is, if we win the treble, is Ronny still out?
If we win the treble, no, he's back.
Yeah, he's back.
And to a point I wanted to make earlier, works now. You know, this is going to be the time where we see if he's, you know, a quality manager or not. If he, you know, powers through this and we, you know, have a good run of games throughout the rest of the season, you know, win a couple cups.
I'm telling you, if that's the case, then the Dundee rainout will be his Kille.
Right. Yeah, this is going to be, you know, crucible time to see, you know, what comes out, or how Ronny comes out on the other end.
Agreed.
And yeah, no, I want him to succeed.
Yes.
Because I want the team to succeed.
I got people in the chat room saying they want him out, and that's cool.
Right.
I have no problem with that. Everyone's allowed their opinion. No problem at all. I want him to succeed, not because I'm against you, just because until he's out, he's got the keys to the car. I need him to drive really well.
Yeah, no, we're in the back seat holding on for dear life, and it's like, please don't crash the car.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. And by the way, according to Chris, Georgia won their game today. They beat Penn State.
Did they?
A little American college football update for you live from the Smell the Glove podcast newsroom. But anyway, Rev, anything else? We're at 82 minutes. Anything else you want to say?
We're 26 days away from Philly.
Yes, I booked my flight yesterday or this week.
Are you going?
I'm getting in Thursday.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm getting in Thursday because Liam, as you guys know, Liam Kille, the guy who wrote the book, Our Stories and Our Songs, is getting in Thursday because also Big G is also coming in. He's coming in Thursday with his son and a friend. They're coming in. I'm going to meet them at the airport in Philly when they get off the plane. I'll be there. They get in at 3:35. I get in right at 4 o'clock, so I want to go through customs. I'll be there when they get out. So it'd be pretty cool. Get a ride down. I just got to go ahead. I forgot to book my hotel. Do that next. Book my hotel. And then it'll be on. I can't wait.
Oh, that reminds me. Yeah. Unrelated to that, did you break the news to Max?
Break the news to Max. What news did I have to break to Max?
About I don't know if you're like, if he's home and if I'm on like speaker or anything. The stuff that you were talking about that he got into.
Did he get
in Florida?
Florida. I did. Okay, so let me. I'll go in later. Now, since Paul's not here, I can talk about this. It's Proud Papa time. Since Paul's not here, because Paul yells at me, he doesn't want to talk about my kid's soccer game. So Max has been invited to an elite ID camp that is going to be put on by Celtic. It's going to be here in the U.S. for U.S. partner clubs. And obviously, as you guys have followed me on Twitter and Instagram, whatever, Max is a Region 3 pool player for the Olympic Development Program. So and he's all in the Southeast. No, top 4 goalkeepers in the Southeast. And one of the guys who is one of the Celtic coaches who runs the thing here, in the U.S., the program in the U.S., asked if Max could actually come down and play. So I actually filmed him, like you guys said. I was wondering if I should tell him or not.
Yeah.
I've typed up showed him the tweets that I got from the Celtic coach, and I was like, hey, listen, they want you to come down and actually be part of it and try out, which is really cool because of the kids they decide. They may take a top 11 or 12 or however many kids they want and actually go train in Glasgow, all expenses paid, which is really cool. So I actually did it, and he just looked at me. He's like, "You're kidding." No way. He's really laid back. He's more like his mom than me when it comes to those things. His mom would be like really laid back too, but he's totally pumped. So I think it was something that really is going to push him because I think he trained. It was Christmas. We got there and working on punts the other day, kicking the ball around. But he's really excited about it, and just to be invited to go to an elite ID camp for kids in the U.S. for the partner clubs, and to be recognized by one of the Celtic coaches as, hey, listen, we'd love to go ahead and see if your kid can come play with us. That's like halfway to the dream. Huh.
Oh yeah, no, that's totally awesome.
It'll be crazy. Anyway, so it'd be really cool. If that actually does happen, and he gets to go, I couldn't imagine if he actually got picked to go. I'd be beside myself. And I'd be there. So if he gets picked to go, all right, Max, we're going to Glasgow. Let's go. But you don't have to go, Dad. Oh no, I need a reason to go. So
yeah, right.
But that would be amazing if he did get a chance to go, and they felt that he deserved a spot to get up there. So the kid's grown. He's only 14 and a half. He's almost 6 foot already. He's 5'11". And 13 size feet. He wears an 11 glove. The kid is also a 5.0 student. So he's smart and much better looking than his father, thank God. So anyway, yeah. So that would drive me nuts. That would be great. So I know, listen, Paul, I know if you're listening, you're going to go ahead and bitch and moan that we talked about Max, but fuck you, I don't care. All right, so that being said, anything else after that? So I will actually post the video. I have the video of him reading it. I have to edit it and post it, so I'll get it to you. It's actually pretty funny. So, but anyway. So anything else you want to go ahead and talk about?
No, I'm good. Before I think of some other random thing.
Some other random thing to talk about? That's cool. So after that, I hope that Paul had a good time at Celtic Park today. I'm sure we'll get to hear about when he gets back, because I know he gets back. He leaves tomorrow morning. He gets back Thursday. He gets back on the 3rd because he's got to work on Monday. So he gets back from Glasgow. Hopefully he had a good time. Hopefully he made it to the Coronation Chippy, because I know he was looking for a little fish and chips. But after that, Chris won his game. We watched today from TV. It was all good. Anything else?
No, I'm all good.
I'm all good too. Everybody, thanks for being with us. We had a group of people stay with us, actually come back and catch us the second time around after the first one decided to shit the bed. But this time, the good news is we got through a full 90 minutes without my router deciding to go ahead and drop a game. So I'm pretty happy.
We are not Tom Rogic.
We can go. Yes, we are match fit. We can go 90 minutes. But anyway. All right, Bubba, I'll talk to you later. Have a good day. I am going to go ahead and lead us out with a little music because... just because I have no reason to feel that I should like any song or be upset with a song, not like a song, no idea. I think I'm just going to go ahead and, I don't know, play something I like. Anyway. All right, guys, take care. We will talk to you later. Have a great day. Hail, Chris.
Hail.
Hail, boys. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.